and welcome to an Organized Chaos podcast. My name is Bobby Quarters. Chaos is here with me.
Hey.
Hey. So, we're here to talk about some movies, music, whatever else crosses our mind. But here is also the home of the most unbiased, genuine thoughts. We're not going to do anything just to say it, just to make money off of it, because we don't make a lot of money off this. In fact, we don't make anything. We just give our opinions. And our opinions are free and unsolicited, but they're not hateful ones. That is the important thing.
Yes.
But also, while you're here, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, that is Bobby Quarters, the podcast channel, Organized Chaos Podcast, and Chaos's channel while you're at it. So thank you for watching, and do enjoy.
Of a runaway convict, not in a million years. You got any money? Listen to me, you got any money?
No money.
Then how you gonna live, Eva?
I'll live! If I have to sweat in the sewers or in the plague hospital, I'll live and I'll have them!
Oh, you poor thing. You poor thing. Wait! See? It don't have to be the sewers of the plague hospital. When they come for the little girl, I hid him. I thought, who knows, maybe the poor silly blighter will be back again someday and need him. Cracked in the head, wasn't I? Times as bad as they are, I could have got 5, maybe 10 quid for 'em any day. See? You can be a barber again. Them handles is chased silver, ain't they?
Silver? Yes.
Is over.
You can help me with this?
It is quite heavy, so if you could just...
Oh my God, yeah.
You think I want to fight? Look at me. Wrong. Because with no power, there's no responsibility.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah. Everybody's saying, hey, Bob's. Bobby is not here. Or do you want to go by Bob now, Ashley? She's welcome to go by Bob, you know.
I can be Bob number 2. It's okay.
Okay, yeah.
Bob
Yeah, you'd actually be Bob 3.
Bob, all right.
You know.
I mean,
But-
that does make sense. He does still exist.
Listen, I will tell you guys the real story is both Bobby and I are going to maybe pull back from YouTube for at least a short amount of time. For him, that mainly just means he's not going to do the podcast for hopefully only a week or 2. He's hoping to come back soon. I am going to do only the podcast because the podcast forces me or forces her to hang out with me, so I can exploit it and do that. But yeah, we are both working a lot, so I'm going to cut back on pretty much everything else but the podcast. But you know, we can still do stuff. You know, I'm letting her pick some of the topics we're doing. Like this week, she picked Master of the Universe because she's been a huge fan of that toy line forever. That's just her bag. That's just her bag. And I said, Ashlene, do you want to watch Sweeney Todd? And she's like, fuck no, I don't want to watch Sweeney Todd. It's a dumb musical. And I said, oh, we're doing it anyway. And she said, fuck. And she's going to hate me forever. Because, you know, that's the nice thing about podcasts. I can force her to watch shit that I don't want. But listen, the thing about me, about being overworked, that's not a very internet-friendly way to say, like, we're cutting back on doing YouTube. So instead, I'm just going to say we got into a big fight. You know, I kicked her from the podcast. It was a terrible fight. It was ridiculous. You know, names were called. You know, they'll never be forgiven. Invent whatever drama you want, and it's all true. Just trust me. But yes, so this week we are talking about Sweeney Todd. We are talking about Spider-Noir. We're talking about Master of the Universe. And then there's a couple of odd topics I was thinking about talking about. Like, I kind of want to talk about Stargate. Because I'm not going to have any other chance to really talk about it, because this is all I'm doing. So I want to talk about what's going on with Stargate. I want to talk about, there's another thing I want to talk about. You see, this is what happens when you don't plan ahead properly.
I would help you, but I don't think you've told me.
I don't think I have either. I don't think I have either. It was
I don't know what we're talking about.
something kind of similar, I thought. But I thought, fuck, I don't remember. Sweeney Todd. So this was Ashlene's her pick. Pretty much, for me, I just I wasn't against watching Scary Movie 2. I was kind of interested to rewatch it, but I wanted to give her a bit more of a voice. And I was like, okay, Scary Movie 2 is the one I'm least interested in. So what would you like to put in there? She chose Sweeney Todd, but not the 2007 movie. Thank fucking God.
I'm going to make you watch Johnny Depp.
God damn. No, Bobby getting fired wasn't. No, it's real news, I swear. But yeah.
Bobby getting fired was real news.
Yeah, totally fired, which is why whenever he's available, he's welcome to pop back in. And why I also still shared the link with him so he could put it on his channel. Because he's so fired. But no. Tell us about Sweeney Todd, Ashley.
Sweeney Todd is a musical that I believe initially came out in like 1979, and it's based after an old Penny Dreadful. That was about a guy named Sweeney Todd, and he's a barber and he kills people, and his there's a term for this. Co-conspirator. That wasn't what I was thinking, but that's what I'm going to say. He has a co-conspirator who is Mrs. Lovett, who owns a pie shop and is like, well, when you kill people, we'll just put them in the pies, you know?
I mean...
It's a...
Yeah. Doesn't dispose of the bones, but you can pretty much dispose of anything else through it.
Yeah. There's also, like, a side plot where Sweeney Todd's daughter is being, like, she's kind of always in peril a little bit.
Yes. Well, she's got a couple men who are into her too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was only really familiar with the 2007 movie, and I haven't probably seen it since 2007. I don't recall, like, I know Chris here is saying it's terrific. I pretty much just remember Johnny Depp sucking in it. That's kind of my big takeaway from that movie. So I don't really remember all that well, except I wasn't super thrilled with it. So going into this one, I was kind of like, I always did like the concept. I thought the story sounded like a fun story. But yeah, I was like, okay, let's check this out. I overall enjoy this musical quite a bit. Well, this version especially. George Hearn is way better than Johnny Depp in my opinion. Like, not even fucking close. But yeah, it's an interesting version of it too, because like I'm used to musicals having a bit more, like even though like you have to use your imagination a bit with all like Broadway stuff. Like this one, you have to use your imagination a lot because like there's almost is there really any sets?
They have
Very
like,
minimal, very minimal.
They have like a little table for Mrs. Lovett.
Yeah,
And they have like a supposedly really awesome barber chair.
yeah,
And obviously they have like, I mean, that's really like all I can think of in terms of like sets.
Yeah.
They have some props.
mm,
I mean, even then, like, is a chair and a table really a set? No.
yeah.
But that's kind of like the biggest things I can think
Well,
of.
yeah. So it's actually kind of more like pretty much they're performing it almost around the orchestra. Pretty much, you can see the orchestra like in the background and stuff like that. But like their performances are so good that they really sell it. I mean, I think the actress that plays Mrs. Lovett,
Patti LuPone.
Patti LuPone, thank you. She has quite a few line delivery that like definitely makes me chuckle quite a bit. I like George Hearn because he obviously Sweeney Todd's kind of a sinister character, but you I don't know, I kind of like him too. Like he's definitely a murderer and not a great person, but like a lot of people he's killing aren't great either. So it's like okay, I guess we could bring up the biggest name in here, which is Neil Patrick Harris, who gets to play Tobias. I was actually surprised when we put this on. It's like, hey, Neil Patrick Harris is in this. But yeah, he is like a young grifter, young wannabe grifter at the beginning. I mean, he is.
I mean, it's true. I've
Yeah.
just never heard it described that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, they didn't use that terminology. That's what he was. He was working for this guy selling a miracle juice to regrow your hair, and they're like, "Is this fucking piss? What the fuck is this?" But yeah, he eventually ends up working for Mrs. Lovett, and they build up a nice relationship, and then nobody dies. Nobody dies at the end. Everybody survives.
They
It's
all
all
skip
good.
happily into the
Yes,
sunset.
that's it. I mean, it's a very famous musical. But yeah, well, I mean, Chris, I specifically shared the link of it on in the description, so that way if people want to watch it, it's like right there. But yeah, I enjoyed the crap out of this. I thought this was a fun musical. I'm actually intrigued now. And after watching the Johnny Depp one, I wasn't intrigued to watch other versions. Now I'm like, man, I wouldn't mind tracking down the one that George Hearn did originally with Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Lovett. That might be interesting to watch too.
I'm certain they have like actual set pieces.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a professional recording of that. There has to be.
There is.
But yeah. And yeah, the link in YouTube is professional recording, so like you'll get like a proper recording of it. It's not a cam version. Although you did show me that one play that was a cam version that was done extremely fucking well. Like holy shit. Yeah, no, it's totally I shared it in there just so people could just click on it and get into it. But yeah. This is a good one. I thoroughly enjoy it. The music is well done and catchy. Like there's quite a few songs in here that when they come on, it's like, oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, it's good. Like, definitely, if you're into musicals, dive into this. I guess I'm kind of a newbie when it comes to musicals. I've never been against them. I've seen quite a few that I enjoy. But yeah, I've never like dove into them before. So like, it's kind of interesting with you around and you forcing me to watch some of these musicals, and I'm like, this is kind of cool. I kind of dig these. you know, these are kind of fun. I see why people enjoy these. But yeah, this is a really good one. I like the performances. I like I mean, honestly, performances have to sell a lot of this because you have to use your imagination for so much of this. But they do. Like, I mean, half the time they don't even have props. They're just like, I'm eating food. And they're obviously just hand. It's like, Ashley, here's my favorite thing in the whole world. You take this now. Oh, it's amazing, right?
There's like a part where one of the villains like mimes killing a bird.
Yeah.
And there's no bird or anything.
I did think, like, that's the other thing, because it's a stage play, they have to get creative with the killing, because obviously they're not going to do anything that might possibly endanger the actor. So obviously, whenever a person dies, they do that sound like to let you know, oh yeah, that was the actual death. I thought that was clever. Yeah, I enjoyed the crap out of this. What would you like to add about this? Actually?
This is my favorite musical.
Oh,
I think it's really good. This performance in particular, I think, is great.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was reading.
We've seen both of those, yeah.
And it's very good. I think, as you said, like, the cast is great. I think they do like a really good job of sort of like fulfilling like the needs of their particular characters. I think for me, George Hearn is definitely the standout, which makes sense because it is the Sweeney Todd musical and he is playing Sweeney Todd. But yeah, I think like the stuff is done really well throughout. One person, I have no clue who plays this guy, but I kind of want to give a little shout out because he's not really in it for a terribly whole lot, but I think he does a pretty good job. Stanford Olson, I think, does a pretty good job as Pirelli, because I was thinking,
oh yeah, he's on there a whole lot. Yeah. He's
Pirelli,
the grifter that Tobias was working for at the beginning, yeah. Mm.
Because Pirelli isn't really like a super big character, but I was watching it and I was like, man, this would not be easy
no.
at all. I don't really think playing any of the characters in this would be easy, if I'm to be honest with you, but it kind of stood out to me. Like, they're all very good. They're all good. It's good. And they're good.
Yes,
I think
it is good.
That, like, like, just like the way that, like, there's a lot of, like, reoccurring, like, motifs in this musical, which is just how Sondheim does a lot of stuff. It's a very easy way to like communicate things to an audience, and he's very good at not making it seem really repetitive.
I mean, it's also a pretty useful storytelling tool too.
Yeah. Yeah, like as you were saying, you have like the whistle that sort of like marks someone dying.
Yeah.
You know? And you hear it enough times that like you don't even have to see the death anymore.
Yeah. If you hear that whistle, it's like, oh fuck, somebody's dead.
Yeah, it's really good. I think one like little section of it that I personally really like is, I think is particularly good acting from George Hearn in particular. I really like the section from like Pretty Women, like through Epiphany.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's very good. It's pretty nice.
I was joking with Ashlene because I think it's funny when he gets his razor. My right arm is complete. And I always joke when I'm going to work because I'm a meat butcher, so I have knives. And I always joke, and I was joking with Ashlene. Yeah, whenever I go into work, I take out my knife. I'm like, my right arm is complete. Doesn't everybody do that? Yeah. But yeah.
I think, like, to my knowledge, I know a lot of people aren't, like, super into the side plot with Johanna, but I like Johanna.
It's it's important.
I think it's pretty important.
Yeah.
I like Johanna as a character, and I think that, like, it's a pretty nifty B-plot, personally.
Well, also gives you another reason to kind of not be a fan of Turpin too.
Yeah. It definitely, I think, plays an important part because, and it also, like, true.
Yeah, I am. If you're listening, you may not know. So, like, when we were talking about, I've seen them both. It was Chris talking about we could watch the Roger Corman Little Shop of Horrors and the Frank Oz Little Shop of Horrors, which yes, I've seen both. And then Chris is also saying at work, Bob always has his knives out. Hashtag knives out.
Yeah, I do think one of the things with this is that, like, you kind of do have to, in order to make your audience be able to kind of sympathize and connect with your main character at all in this musical, which I think they, like, succeeded in doing so with Sweeney Todd, but I definitely don't think that's, like, an easy task whatsoever, because, like I can't stress enough, at the beginning of Act 1, Sweeney Todd goes out, and he's like, well, I guess I'm just going to kill everyone indiscriminately.
Just everyone.
And, you know, it's kind of, I think, difficult to like or sympathize with the I guess I'm just going to kill everyone indiscriminately guy.
Yeah.
But I do think they do a good job of that. And I think a lot of that has to do with George Hearn's acting, because he really does make him just kind of seem like a person.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
He's very good at balancing both, like, because obviously Sweeney Todd is, like, a creepy guy. He kills a lot of people. But there's also, like, there's sort of, I know how to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to talk.
She knows how to talk, guys.
But, like, he also, like, there's so many, like, moments when he just seems like just kind of like a normal guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, obviously also, like, you have, like, the story with him, you know, with, like, his wife and his child and how he was sent to jail and stuff like that. And I will say, if that happened to me, I don't know that I would kill anyone about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a very real possibility that I would be, to put it lightly, in a bad mood for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I'm mad. But yeah, no, this is an excellent musical. I highly recommend it. It makes me want to check out maybe some other versions of it. But yeah, very good. The link is literally in the description. So if you're interested, it's right there. Just click on it. It is on YouTube. It's an excellent performance. Anything to add before we go into Spider-Noir?
It's really good. I like the beggar woman's parts as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good beggar woman.
Yeah.
All right. So, Spider-Noir. Mainly talk about episodes 5 through 8, but we can talk about kind of our thoughts on the whole season, especially since you weren't here last week. You can talk about kind of your whole thoughts on it. In fact, why don't you go ahead and talk about your thoughts about this?
My thoughts on it?
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I don't think I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's, like, necessarily, like, the best TV show ever. But, like,
well, I mean, yeah, not everything has to be.
Yeah, I know.
Everything has to be the best ever. I can't believe you're arguing that, Ashlene.
I never said. Okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think it's good, and I think if you want to watch it, I think that you should watch it. I mean, really, in general, I think if you want to watch something, you should go for it.
Yeah. You
don't have to care about what I think. In fact, it may be better if you don't.
I care exactly what you think. But yeah, so for me, I enjoyed this. I don't think it's as good as it could have been, or as the premise really sets up, but it is overall very entertaining. There's definitely some. I feel like in the beginning it leans a bit more into, like, noir stuff with some of the case stuff, and I kind of wish it leaned a bit more into that. But it does also have some more stereotypical superhero stuff where, like, he's given up the mantle, now he wants to pick it back up. And it's like, okay, I've seen that story before. But it has some very good characters. Like, I love Robbie. He might be my favorite character, actually. But I love the secretary too. And I like Ben. And I did appreciate that they never do say his real name, but they do say that Ben Reilly was an assumed alias he picked up later. It's like, I know your real name, and they probably can't say it because of legal reasons. But yeah, there's a lot of aspects of this I really like. I really liked seeing Elam Garrick return for 2 episodes because man, that character definitely had some Garrick moments going on. when he literally poisoned kind of drugs Ben Reilly. It's like, man, that was such a fucking Garrick move, right? And also, like, I know when we talked about the first half of the episodes, I was like, man, I'm not really digging the chemistry between Ben and Cat Hardy, because I really felt like, man, there's too big of an age gap. That's kind of feels wonky to me. But then, like, it ends up just being a thing where, like, she's kind of like manipulating him to get what she wants. And it's like, oh, now I can see that. That makes more sense. But yeah, I enjoyed the crap out of this. I thought Silvermane, I thought Brendan Gleeson was a fantastic villain. The other 3 guys, we got Tombstone, Sandman, and Megawatt. I liked Tombstone a fair bit, even though he looked odd for Tombstone. It was weird. Like, he seemed to be he had Tombstone's name, including his real name. He had pretty much, it seemed like, his powers, but instead of like looking like a rock, he looks like he has like spikes and stuff, but like it seemed to function just like his powers. I thought it was kind of weird, and maybe it was a rights thing again. But I liked his character, and I enjoyed his story as well as his other ones. Although I will say I think it was a little bit predictable, especially with Megawatt, because it is kind of predictable. One of them will just be like the full-fledged bad guy, and that was definitely who Megawatt was.
Yeah.
And then kind of Tombstone was the one who was kind of a good guy, and then Sandman was kind of in the middle, and at the end had to make his choice. One thing I thought was interesting, because I definitely we definitely did watch this in black and white primarily, but I did flip to color for a couple of scenes, and I did like how Amazon kind of let you flip to color and just continue watching and then flip back to black and white. It is very colorful, and I can see why. Like, I feel like the black and white really suits this story and what they're doing with it a lot better. But like, the colors they use are very bright, and like, it looks nice in color. So I get watching it in color too. I just feel like it fits black and white better.
I mean, I think to an extent, having a lot of bright, vibrant colors might actually make it also look better in black and white.
Yeah, that probably helps it as well.
So I think they did that when making black and white films back in the day.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't quote me on
to
that,
make
no.
it extreme. Yeah, I could see them doing that. Oh yeah, and another aspect I really loved, and I definitely saw it more in the second half than the first half, is Nicolas Cage cheese popping up here and there. Like, him doing the weird thing. Just in case you're wondering, we're just doing the goofy poses he would sometimes do, like, especially when he got his powers and stuff like that. He would just do these weird poses. And it's like, okay, Nicolas Cage is just having fun here. And then especially like when he would get like drunk, and I did like the secretary being like, wait, you knew he was the Spider? And it's like, yeah. And we see flashbacks of her walking in on him, obviously drunk, and him just being like, oh, of course I'm the Spider, and he'll be like hanging on a wall, or sometimes he'll just be in full costume, like, oh, leave me alone, you know. But yeah, I enjoyed that quite a bit. Yeah, there's lots of aspects I really enjoyed about this. I don't think it's perfect. I think it definitely could have explained the premise a bit more. I would have appreciated more Nazi killing. There's a little bit of implied Nazi killing, but like, yeah.
To be fair, wouldn't, like, let me look this up real quick, because I think I might be wrong, but I thought they were talking about like the First World War.
Oh yeah, they were. Oh yeah, so I guess there's not even implied Nazi killing. Yeah, I was thinking. You're right.
Yeah,
you didn't time mine right.
So
it won't have been the First World War because it's Great Depression.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
So they were talking about like the Prohibition, right?
Yeah.
So the Prohibition was from 1920 until 1933.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like he's getting close to some Nazi killing, but we gotta wait a moment.
Yeah, they had the Nazis haven't really taken power yet because the First World War was really what kind of led to them being able to take power, and their defeat there really did that. History lesson. Not really in-depth history lesson though, because I don't remember the details because it's been a while since I've studied it. But yeah, pretty much World War II was the reason World War I was the reason World War II happened.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, I enjoy the villains here. I even though it definitely dives a bit more stereotypical superhero stuff, I enjoy the story arcs. I enjoy the characters. This is just good. This is good, solid entertainment, in my opinion. I enjoyed it a fair bit.
I mean, honestly, like, yeah, I think there's like plenty of stuff about it that's like pretty stereotypical, but like it's well done, so
Yes.
I'm like kind of okay with it.
Yes, absolutely. Anything you want to add?
I liked it. I thought it was good. It's not like revolutionary or anything, but that's
Nope.
fine because it doesn't have to be. And like if you just want to watch like a cool, well put together superhero kind of somewhat historical show, and you can watch it in black and white, and it'd be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, I don't know why I added that on there like that.
Yeah.
If you want to watch it in black and white, you can do it.
You watch it in color too. I mean, it works both ways. I think it looks nice both ways as well.
You know what I think?
But I definitely prefer black and white.
What if we? This would be way too much work.
Mm.
But what if we watched it like all of the normal scenes in color, and then as soon as he suits up, it's black and white?
Ooh, that could be fun.
I can't. My thing is, I'm okay with color, but I cannot imagine the Spider.
Yeah,
in,
that
like, his
suit.
outfit
Yeah, in color. Yeah.
in color. Like, and I know even in color, like it's still all black, but like,
Well, especially in
I
this,
want it to all just be like that.
in the dark scenes where you just see him in suit and he has the lights on his eyes on. That looks so good in black and white. Holy crap. And it's fine in color. I've seen it in color, but like in black and white, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
Really big fan of that. But yeah, this is a fun little series. Nothing groundbreaking, but fun. Which, are you ready for Masters of the Universe?
Yes.
Because I feel like that's a good description of Master of the Universe as well. Nothing groundbreaking, but you know what? Fun. I had fun with this. It tells the story of He-Man. Well, it tells the story of Prince Adam. I guess he is kind of named He-Man at the end, but like as a joke almost.
Yeah.
But I did think it was interesting because you watch the trailers. I'm always watching the trailers. I'm like, wow, like for all the hate that the original like 87 version got, especially back in the day, this one seems to be following kind of the same story, and not really, but like there are more elements borrowed from it than you'd expect. So I would say one of the things I wasn't sure about diving into it, behind the scenes. So in the like when you watch the 87 version, I would say most of that takes place on Earth, with maybe like 20% of it taking place on Eternia. And I almost want to say when you watch this version, it's almost the flip of that. It's like 20% on Earth and like 8% in Eternia. And you actually get like actual locations and set in Eternia. Now it is a lot of green screen, and but what saves it is that mostly looks pretty good. There's a couple of shots where I'm like, that looks pretty fake. The one aspect I will say that I prefer in the 87 version, like definitely, is Franklin Jealous Skeletor, who definitely he plays a more serious Skeletor. Jared Leto's Skeletor is much more comedic and kind of blatantly comedic.
Yeah. I would love to hear Frank Langella deliver some of the lines in this film.
Yeah. I mean, I think he would do a better job, honestly. I would love to hear it. But yeah, I as much as I'm not a fan of Jared Leto, I thought he was fine as Skeletor. It didn't break my enjoyment of this movie at all. But I do think there's a lot of better casting. Probably my favorite characters are probably God damn it, went all the way back here. I did not want that. Okay. Can I hit? Here, we'll do this. No, I can't even do that. I can do this. Okay. Probably my favorite characters in this are probably Duncan, aka Man at Arms, and probably Tila. But yeah, there is a fun element because I do like Alison Brie's Evil Lynn, and she plays it in kind of a funky way. Like her Evil Lynn, like obviously she's got this magic and powers and stuff like that, but like Skeletor will like grab her arm and burn her and stuff like that. And like after he does that, like she gives this look like she was so into it. And it's like, oh, that's kind of funny. Like she's into Skeletor just kind of like treating her like shit. And another funny aspect I thought was there are definitely vibes that Skeletor is into women. He talks about like muscly men a couple times. Well, maybe not a couple times, but definitely at least once. It's like, really? You seem really into that, dude. I don't know. I thought that was funny. But yeah, I actually think Duncan and Tila actually have some good father-daughter moments together. And I do think it's funny when Adam's trying, because it's mainly the three of them that go on an adventure. Then Adam tries to butt in on their father-daughter moments, and they're like, dude, these are our moments. Back off, man. What are your thoughts on this, Ashlene? I've been yakking a lot.
I had fun.
Yeah.
I had a good time in the theater. It was a good experience, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like, I'm not actually like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Masters of the Universe 2026.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I definitely I did enjoy it more than the 80s version.
I would absolutely listen. I listen. The 80s one I enjoyed because it's dumb fun. This one is dumb fun too, but like I feel like this one's definitely leaning into the dumb fun and like embracing it, and definitely knows what it is way more than the 80s version is. But yeah, there is so much dumb fun to be had with this one as well. And it definitely embraces a lot of the toys concepts as well. Outside of like outside that, I don't really know what I'm saying. You look at like in this picture I have on here, if you're watching the video version, you can see Man at Arms suit. And while it's not a 1-to-1 of the toy, like it's very similar, especially in the color scheme. And yeah, I do appreciate Adam frequently has the shirt that's kind of a similar color to the shirt he wears in Eternia, that he kind of gets the formal version of it at the end of this movie. But yeah, all the characters look a lot more like their toy and cartoon counterparts than they do in the 87 version. This movie is not ashamed to embrace that quite a bit. I will also say I was actually expecting more Orko in this, because that was a big criticism of the 87 version that they didn't have Orko in. I remember that back in the day, and it was just because they couldn't. If we don't count mid-credit scenes, there is no Orko in this movie. I'll just say that.
Oh, was Orko the silly little guy at the end?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He was like the silly little sidekick throughout the whole cartoon series.
I know, we got to the end and I was like, so that's like a guy, right?
Yeah.
There's no way that's like, we don't know, like people don't know who that is.
Yes.
I just don't know who that is because I'm uneducated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I thought they made a pretty big deal about Orko being in this movie. And I was watching, I was like, okay, I don't see Orko in this movie at all. And he pops up right at the end. I also really kind of enjoyed the Dolph Lundgren cameo, which happens really early in this movie on Earth. Who is the actor who plays Nicholas Galitzine?
I mean, I don't know definitively if you're saying that correct, but it sounds right.
Okay. He does a good job, but like there's a scene where he's in the gym, and I guess he's got to get jacked to be He-Man, of course. But he's in the gym, and there's this older guy who's Dolph Lundgren there, and he's like asking him for advice, like, how do you do it? And like, the implication is that he's asking him for advice on how to work out, but like he's actually, asking him for advice on how to be He-Man. So that's what they're actually talking about. And I kind of enjoyed that. And I also did enjoy Dolph Lundgren leaving and saying, "Good journey." I thought that was quite a funny little callback. But yeah, this is just a fun, entertaining movie. Like the same guy who did Bumblebee. And I will say, I don't think this is as good as Bumblebee. But like it has kind of this similar energy. There's lots of silly like rock songs from like 80s, and I'm trying to think, was it just 80s rock songs? There's probably more of a spread, but I did appreciate how they're talking about Queen, and then there's this scene where they're not talking about Queen, they're talking about Highlander, because he's going for this sword, and the cops are calling him Highlander because he's trying to take the sword. And then later, when he gets all the group together and they're all going to attack Skeletor, it plays Princes of the Universe, and I really appreciate that. And then I didn't realize this, but Brian May actually did the little song for the ending credits, the little rock song for the ending credits. Brian May of Queen, of course. So I thought that was quite funny. Quite so many linking together points. Yeah, and now I was looking into it. Like, I haven't seen like I don't think I've seen Kubo and the Two Strings, or have I? It seems familiar.
I know I've seen at least part of it.
Yeah,
because Mimi was watching it one time.
Okay, but yeah, it's another one Travis did. I know that one's supposed to be good. Paranorman was another one he did, and I remember enjoying that one quite a bit. Do you remember Paranorman?
That movie freaked me out when I was little. I received that movie for Easter. And I would like hide away whenever the ghosts appeared.
They are scary. There is kind of a horror aspect to that movie that you won't really expect to a kids movie, but it kind of works. They're not like too scary. Oh yeah, they do have Boys Don't Cry in this, like the Cure's first big single. I think that's their first big one. That was fun though.
I remember during like before that part happened, they had like there was this like this little piano part playing.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there like, I know that song.
I was too. In fact, I knew it was a Cure song, but it took me a while but I was like, I know this is a Cure song. Which one is it? Which one is it? They're just hinting me with it. I'm like, which one is it?
And then the guitar started, and I was like,
Oh, of course, Four Non Blondes, What's Up, which pops up in like everything. It's a good song, so I can't really blame them. But yeah. I guess not that many needle drops, at least according to this, but like they were fun needle drops. I enjoyed them. Oh yeah, the power was so just that is such an on the nose song choice.
Honestly, like I feel like a lot of the song choices in this were really on the nose.
Yeah, which was kind of fun. Yeah.
When I still can't get over the fact they started, it's What's Up, right?
Yeah. Well, What's Up? Yeah.
They started What's Up. No, there's been no singing yet.
Yeah.
And Adam turns around and he goes, "What's going on?" And I was like, "You can't do this."
Yeah. Yeah, and then well, I got the power was pretty much very shortly after he got the sword, and the cops bust him because he essentially steals the sword from this little hobby shop.
Yeah, he gets recorded doing that too.
Yeah, he steals the sword from the little hobby shop, and they're driving by, and the car is blaring very loudly, "I got the power." It's like that's so close to what he says. That's so. But yeah, this is a fun movie. This is literally like, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty much the Masters of the Universe movie people have been begging for since the '87 one. This is it. Anything you want to add? Because I'm about ready to segue away.
There's like one scene right at the end where they have like a group of people and they are all laughing in the exact same way.
No, really?
Like, I'm kind of surprised you didn't. I'm gonna have to like stand up for this, but it's like at least 3 people. 3, like 4 people, maybe even 5 people in a group, and they all are just going like, oh, with like their like, like they're all doing that, and that's like not a very natural or common way to laugh.
You don't laugh like that, Ashley?
I was watching it, and I was like,
That is quite a funny thing you noticed, Ashley. That's how I naturally laugh all the time. Me too, Chris. I like the 87 one. I definitely think this one's better, but like the 87 one has its fun. There is a fun aspect to it. Yeah, it's a canon movie, and honestly, I would say it's probably better than your average canon movie. But yeah, yeah, I enjoy this. This is fun. Again, if you're looking for just cheesy fun, go check it out. And again, like I was saying, like this is kind of pretty much the Master Universe that people have been begging for, especially after the 87 one came out. Because everybody complained, oh my God, this character isn't there. This character didn't look right. Da 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 da. And oh yeah, and also speaking of complaining, I get frustrated when people complain about Idris Elba, Man at Arms. Let me just say this. If you can get Idris Elba in your movie, you get Idris Elba in your movie because he's fucking great. I don't care about like the original toy or anything. He's fucking great. Get him in the movie.
Yeah, I thought he did. He was.
Oh, he's excellent. Yeah.
Believable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh yes, Doctor Who. That was one of the things I was going to talk about. Oh yes, so. Segue. I have my segue. Anything you want to add before I do my segue?
No, we can segue. It's fine.
So this, like the Chuds always like to argue that like give fans exactly what they want. You know, listen to the fans, give them what they want. This is a movie that the fans have been begging for a long fucking time. They want their Master Universe movie, but they want these characters. They want the characters to look like this. This is that movie, and this movie is kind of fucking bombing at the box office. It's not doing well. Yeah, so like they always want to make the case that like somehow, you know, if you just give the fans what they want, they'll show up at the box office. Well, obviously, it's not happening right now, and it's a little bit unfortunate because it is a good movie. But
I would say, just like in general, try to go to the movies to see films that you want to see.
Mm-hmm. But let me go ahead and dive into this next topic here. I've been doing posts about it, but I'll go ahead and formally talk about it in video format here. So franchise I've been a fan of for I didn't get into this franchise like immediately when it came out. It was a couple years old when I finally got into it, but like I did get into it. Oh God bless it. Yes, okay, fine. I'll allow ads. Does it know I'm streaming? It's very inconvenient.
It says continue without supporting.
Yeah, but it'll just pop up again whenever I hit that. It always does that. Anyways, one of the franchises I got into, it was a couple years into the run, but I finally did get into it, and I did enjoy it. And honestly, I own all 10 seasons. And I watched all of Atlantis. I never did get any of the seasons of Atlantis. I always intended to. And I even got the first season of Stargate Universe on Blu-ray, and then I didn't get the second season because it just ended and there was no resolution. But yeah, Stargate. I'm a big fan of the Stargate franchise. I overall like it quite a bit. I even like the beginning movie. You know, that's really not connected. Well, it's connected to the TV series, but it is pseudo. It's a kind of its own universe thing. But you know, there's the movie, and then like the TV series, all 10 seasons. I enjoy them quite a bit. It's not a perfect series, but I enjoy them. So I was excited for the new Stargate series for Amazon, and then it was announced it's not moving forward. And then the line that that came out was that apparently Amazon didn't think it had a broad enough appeal, and I was really disappointed to find out this series wasn't coming out. Really disappointed. Oh, that's sad. That's unfortunate. And you know, and if there's a campaign to bring it back on, I probably would have been like, yeah, let's do that. Let's bring it back on. Now, and if you've seen my post, you know what I'm about ready to bring up, but let me go ahead and dig this out. Give me just a second. Like social media has been blowing up, and what has unfortunately happened is a producer of Stargate and one of the actors. In fact, I would argue my second favorite actor from SG-1, which is very unfortunate. Let me go bring this up. All right, so yeah, here's a couple posts where I talk about this. I'm just going to share my channel post, but I post this on other social media sites as well. So Michael Shanks, who Daniel Jackson. I'll go ahead and say I actually really like his portrayal of Daniel Jackson. I thought in the early seasons he did a fantastic job of pretty much doing what James Spader did, and doing it so well that it felt like the same exact character. And then eventually morphing that into someone else who, you know, a bit more world weary, and morphing that character and maturing him. I thought he did a great job of doing that over 10 years. Like I said, my second favorite actor from SG1. And if you are wondering, my favorite actor from SG1 is, of course, Christopher Judge, because he is just fucking awesome. If you don't love Teal'c, you're insane. But he has started, and a producer of the original Stargate, and who's going to produce this one, Joseph Mazzulio, I want to say Mazzulli. I don't remember. We'll get into it. But they have started. They share lots of Stargate posts, but they seem to be so like about half the posts they're shouting out are fucking chud posts. And well, this is one. There's one creative and one actor. But yeah, so here's him literally shouting out Nina Infinity, and then this is him reposting. Here, let's go ahead and bring this up. Screw this. Well, anyways, this is him reposting Fandom Pulse, which is also John Delarose, who I'll just go ahead and say is a fucking Nazi. Who is also has I want to say a restraining order for spousal abuse, something like that. He's a real piece of shit. He's also a dude who likes to follow me and send drones after me. And then here's Joseph Mazzulio asking, "Help me, Elon, you're our only hope." And I'm like, weird. And then a little while later, just both these guys share a fucking nerdrotic video, and they even make sure to shout out all the people in it, including Shay Diversity. I call him Shay Diversity because I think he loves having diversity in his name. X-Ray Girl, who just, I swear to God, fun fact, X-Ray Girl is just the epitome of a token. I'm just gonna say it because like she literally just sits on the streams and says nothing. She's just there. Of course, Nerdrotic, Ryan Cannell, that fake wizard guy who's been popping up, Quarter Black Garrett. They're just in Disparo. Yeah, and they're like both Michael Shanks and Joseph Mazzulio, who's one of the executives behind the new show and the old show, are just shouting out Nerdrotic. And what did I show the post where he pretty much says? Oh, there it is. Here's Michael Shanks pretty much calling Disparo, fans be spin truth today. And it's fucking Disparo, who is just a grifter. He's a fucking grifter. And it is very fucking frustrating. Oh, yeah, and that's where he reposts that Star Wars girl. But I find this all very frustrating because this is a series I was excited for and I was behind. And now that these guys are literally just like, some of the voices they're really shouting out are these fucking chud grifter pieces of shit voices, and it has me going, maybe I don't want this fucking series. Maybe I don't want this. Like if this is the type of audience they want to court, maybe fuck this series. Like fuck it. But anyways, speaking of other series that are canceled, I just want to say my piece on it because I'm very frustrated about it. Like, honestly, it's got me to the point where I'm like, should I sell my Stargate collection? Should I just be, fuck that? Because, like, I don't even know if I want to watch Michael Shanks and stuff anymore. Because it's like, dude, you're shouting out pieces of shit. I don't know what to say. Let's pull up an article on this. I haven't actually. But anyways, another series has been canceled, although I guarantee you this is temporary. Like we'll probably get some Stargate something in the future, but who knows when. Doctor Who, I pretty much guarantee you within a couple of years we will get more Doctor Who, but Russell T Davies has officially walked away from Doctor Who. The Christmas special that they said they were going to do is canceled, and they aren't in production for anything right now. I guarantee you at some point they will. They might let it sleep for a couple years, but they will do something with Doctor Who. I'm pretty confident about that. I'm more confident about this than I am Stargate. But this is I think this is interesting, but like it's one of those things where like the last 2 seasons of Doctor Who, I really enjoyed Ncuti Gatwa's interpretation of the character. I think there were some excellent standalone episodes, but I think it really also highlighted a lot of Russell T Davies' issues, even back in the original era. I know lots of people like to sugarcoat his original era. The problem with him is that I feel like his story arcs, maybe outside the Bad Wolf thing that he did with Christopher Eccleston, his overall story arcs for the season were kind of weak. But I feel like, you know, back in the original era, he had a bit more episodes. So like the standalone episodes could help stand out and help bolster the season so that the story arcs didn't quite feel that huge. Whereas these new seasons were very short. So like the story arcs were kind of a big deal. There are a couple of standout episodes, but like they're a really big deal. And it really makes the seasons feel weak. And that's kind of disappointing. But yeah, so it looks like not only are we going to be heading into what appears to be a Star Trek drought once Strange New World wraps up, which I assume will be in about a year and a half. But we'll be heading into a Doctor Who drought. I think we're in the Doctor Who drought right now. Yay. But hey, maybe the Chuds will get their fucking Chud gate or whatever. And it'll be fucking great. It'll be anti-woke. It'll just be a couple of white, muscly guys just being all masculine all the time, doing things that only men can do with other men, you know, like they want. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the way they talk, I do get the vibe that do they want something like that? Do you have any thoughts on any of this stuff I yacked about, Ashlene?
I always feel kind of silly whenever we talk about stuff like a Doctor Who drought, or we might be going into a Star Wars drought.
Yeah.
Because my favorite, I guess we could say it's a franchise, hasn't updated in 13 years, and there might be a film releasing this year.
That's true.
So this sounds like nothing to me, but sorry that happened.
Well, no, I mean, Doctor Who droughts well, I mean, I guess there's only been technically one Doctor Who drought before, and I want to say it was like between like 89 and 2005, between Sylvester McCoy and Christopher Eccleston, with only the one Paul McGann movie in the movie. And let's face it, the Paul McGann movie, Paul McGann was a good doctor. That movie sucks. That movie is not good. The one American production of Doctor Who that I'm aware of. But it is canon, so hey. Yeah, Chris, I just said the movie. Well, you're not have bad taste. It's cool. But yeah, Star Trek has obviously had droughts. We had a few years between the original series and the animated series, and not a lot of people watch animated series. So for a lot of people, it's between the original series and the movies. And then like between the movies and TNG era, it ran pretty solidly and that'd be like 79 till 2004, which is an impressive run. But then we had another drought until the J.J. Abrams reboot movies. Then it led into another group of series, and then now we're wrapping up again. At this point, I'm just hoping Strange New Worlds and Starfleet Academy have solid final seasons. I did like the first season of Starfleet Academy, and while season 3 of Strange New Worlds was very underwhelming, I'm still hoping season 4 and 5 are a bit more like seasons 1 and 2. But yeah, yay for series ending. I guess.
I'm pretty confident you'll see them again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I believe.
Well, I am absolutely confident we'll get more Doctor Who.
Yes.
That even if it takes a while, and we will get. I'm actually pretty confident we'll get more Star Trek too. It might take a decade, but we'll get more. but oh, his well, shit. Oh, I can't argue with that, Chris. Well, his taste is flawless, Ashley.
Well, my taste is flawless.
I mean, I will also say I just recently bought a copy of the Doctor Who movie at the library because I mean it was literally just sitting there, and it was like anything I could fit in the bag for $5. I was like, oh
yeah,
shit,
I remember
why not?
that.
Yeah.
You got like 50 things, and I got 2, and I got like 3.
Well, I was just like, fuck it. Like the bag is $5 and just whatever I throw in it. So I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll get this. And there was even a couple movies where it's like, I don't even remember this. I remember vaguely liking it, so fuck it, sure.
You know, it made it so that we could just have the whole thing
Mhm.
$5 because I just kind of like
Yeah.
pushed my stuff into your bag.
And then we also, I mean, I did pick up that copy of Batman Return of the Cape Crusaders, and you got to experience 60s Batman.
Yes, I did.
That was fun. I am tempted maybe to show you guys the old 60s movie, the one actually done in the 60s with all the original cast. Well, except it's a different Catwoman.
Yeah.
That's Lee Merriweather in the movie, which is she never played it in the series. So
Oh, okay, you meant the 60s film.
yeah, the 60s
I
film
was like,
has a different Catwoman than the series, although all the guys return.
I was about to be like, in the movies that we watched, she was played by Julie Newmar.
Yeah. She was the one who played Catwoman in the most. Chris, I actually disagree. But I did enjoy Batman versus Two-Face. But yeah. Next week, let me go and pull up the schedule for next week. Although, actually, I know what next week is. Next week is going to be Disclosure Day, which I'm excited to check out. That looks very cool. Have you seen trailers for that?
No.
It looks very, very cool. Maybe we'll check out trailers for it. Has kind of Close Encounters of the Third Kind vibes to it. I'm kind of digging it. I kind of dig the return of Spielberg kind of experimenting with stuff and just doing some weird alien stuff that he wants to do. We're going to talk about My Adventures with Superman season 2, which I'm excited to dive into season 2. I enjoyed season 1, and hopefully season 2. I've heard season 2 is better, so hey. And then we're going to do Ashlene's pick, which is.
Oh, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, you get to say it.
Oh,
you're here.
I wanted to rewatch the 60s West Side Story movie,
which is awesome. I enjoyed that movie, so I'm down. Although I actually think the Spielberg one might be better. Oh, yeah, they're both really good. But yeah, I am down for either one. Honestly, they're great movies. And I'm also a sucker for a good and creative Shakespeare adaptation. So hey,
yes.
Guys, thank you so much for. You know what? I hate how the mobile app does this.
I'm like not real.
No, you're not there. And yeah,
I've been here the whole time. If you've been watching it on mobile.
Yeah, listen, I guess we just gotta do the whole podcast like this on mobile.
I look so pale.
Okay. But yeah, and I can't even edit how the mobile one is set up. I can edit a little bit how this one's set up. Like I can do little things like this. Oh my, well that's way too small, way too small here. Well, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? This doesn't even make sense. Okay, we're just broken now. We're just broken. Ah! I don't know what we're doing. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. Like and subscribe. Give Bobby Quarters a subscribe as well. Hopefully he comes back soon. Hopefully I can go back to doing regular content soon. I'm on my 9th day of work right now. I'm going to do my 10th tomorrow, 10th in a row. I'm really excited about that. Guys, like, subscribe, all the channels. If Organized Chaos, the main channel, I'm going to paywall this one in a week or so. But you can always check them out on Bobby Quarters' channel. You can always check them out on the Organized Chaos podcast channel. Make sure to check them out. Anything you want to add, Ashlene?
No.
Trans rights.
Yes. Happy Pride Month.
Yes, happy Pride Month. Party on and be excellent to each other. I don't want to make this awkward. How do I do this? Fuck. This isn't awkward, is it?